Is the Galana Kulalu food security project that is situated in Kilifi and Tana River counties on course? That is the question many have been asking, as the National Irrigation Authority that is in charge of the implementation of the project maintains that its objective will be achieved despite the delay that has been experienced. Amid that assurance, the project received a boost when a technical committee led by Interior Principal Secretary Dr. Karanja Kibicho gave it a clean bill of health after visiting the demonstration farm for a fact-finding mission.
We are happy. Unlike what the world has been made to believe, something happens here. And we have seen a lot of effort that has been put by National Irrigation Authority.
The ongoing Galana Kulalu project, in essence, is a model farm covering 10,000 acres. The purpose is to find out what works here, what crops can do well here, and what technology can be applied. Then private investors will be invited to come in for large-scale production. The 10,000-acre model farm is at 85% implementation infrastructure-wise, with 5,100 acres of land already being cropped progressively. The project is currently utilizing the installed irrigation infrastructure comprising 20 center pivots covering 3,300 acres and 1,800 acres under drip irrigation system for production of maize and other high-value crops. The source of the water for irrigation is the Athi Galana Sabaki River, which is the second longest river in Kenya after the Tana River.
We evaluated the pumping station that has the capacity to host over 15 pumps, but currently we have 8 pumps that are there working. We witnessed them pumping water. Water is filtered and it's then brought for irrigation using the 2 systems that are in place.
The National Irrigation Authority took over the management of the project in January 2018 after the contractor that had been running it, Green Arava of Israel, declined to proceed with the project. The authority had raised concerns over the contractor's failure to adhere to the terms of the contract. The cost of the project is 7.3 billion shillings, and so far 5.9 billion has been paid to the contractor for works already done. The contractor was expected to complete the implementation of the demonstration farm in 2017, but sought an extension which lapsed in 2018. Despite the challenges, the National Irrigation Authority says it has brought the project back on course and requires 600 million shillings to complete the irrigation infrastructure and hand it over to the private sector for production.
There are all sorts of arguments whether maize is the most suitable crop for this place. To also check, and we have been with you to see the model farms where a variety of crops all the way from BT, cotton, pineapples, even bananas are being tested for growing here.
The tour by the team led by the PS for Interior follows an earlier visit led by the Principal Secretary, Ministry of Water, Sanitation and Irrigation, Joseph Irungu, on 28th May 2020. He was accompanied by his counterpart from Crop Development and Research, Professor Hamadi Boga, Chair of the National Assembly Committee on Environment, Water and Natural Resources, Kareke Mbyuki, Chair, National Irrigation Authority, Engineer Joshua Toro, CEO, National Irrigation Authority, Gitonga Mugambi, among others.
What happened before, we want to move away from there and focus into the future. Because if we continue addressing what went wrong, we cannot be able to move.
What is needed is goodwill to now have private sector practitioners, farmers, to produce in a consistent way and depoliticizing the whole issue.
As Parliament, ours is to support the government in terms of appropriation of various resources, which now my committee has already done so, and we are quite confident that Parliament are going to avail the remaining balance.
If we can be able to capacity build the National Irrigation Authority to develop the necessary infrastructure on the farm, we can be able now to move to the next phase of getting the private individuals through the model of PPP, public-private partnership, in further developing it.
A pre-feasibility study of the project done in 2013 identified 1.02 million acres of arable land suitable for production and recommended construction of a 2 billion cubic meter storage dam to irrigate a maximum of 400,000 acres. However, after a study carried out by scholars from 5 main public universities and the Ministry of Agriculture, Livestock, Fisheries and Irrigation, the total irrigable land was scaled down to 215,000 with a 600 million cubic meters dam capacity. The study confirmed that the normal flow of the river can irrigate up to 20,000 acres without a dam.
We've already demonstrated that this place is viable, but we don't want to go to another season without having to bring in the private capacity.
Between July and December 2019, the area under maize crop was 2,500 acres. It yielded 70,090 kilogram bags of maize. The average yield per acre was 28 bags. According to the National Irrigation Authority, the average cost of production per acre was 45,000 shillings and the profit margin was 33,400 shillings per acre. The buyers included the National Cereals and Produce Board, the Ministry of Devolution and the Kilifi County Government, among others. Well, there is still hope in the Galana Kulalu food security project, going by the yields being realized in the model farm, and if implemented as envisioned, it can be the solution to the perennial food shortage in the country. For Chams Media, I'm Alex Chamwada.